Okay, so basically, I haven't really uploaded a lot of stuff recently for plenty of reasons. First of all, me uploading video game videos, that takes a lot of time to edit, and honestly, didn't really the result wasn't really that good. So, what have I been doing? Well, I have my girlfriend moving in, and as well, we're engaged now. It's pretty nice. And I had to move a lot of stuff up to the attic, obviously, because we live in a really tiny apartment and, we got to share the space. So this is a crazy thing that happened to me while, I was moving stuff up and down to the attic. Because usually I don't really go to the attic, obviously. It's the kind of place you don't really want to visit. Kind of creepy, kind of old. Basically, you go up to the fifth floor and then you walk up the stairs and you open the keys and you're in this really old kind of part of the house. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you a little story that happened that was, it's kind of creepy when I think about it. I didn't really think about it that much, but I feel like I had to tell you guys about it. Basically, this house is, there's a lot of people living here. We got about 50 or 60 apartments. Obviously, every now and then, someone's gonna kick the bucket. That's just what happens. People die. Um, and basically, what happened was on the fifth floor, there was this guy living. I never saw or met the guy myself. If I did, I don't know who he was because he kind of kept to himself, didn't really cause much of a fuss. And believe me, we have some neighbors that I do recognize. I don't know where they live, but I know who they are. Anyway, this guy kept to himself, and this is a true story. I came home. What could it have been like last summer? And there was this really funky smell in the stairwell because I live on the bottom floor, and this smell is just it's getting to my nose like you wouldn't believe it. And I've never ever smelled anything like that before. Like I kind of recognized it. Didn't realize until later what it was, but then I was like, okay, what the fuck is this? It can't be garbage. It's not rotting food because I've had my share of rotting food. And I stand around in the stairwell for quite a while. I don't know if you would call it a stairwell, like a hallway, the big thing that connects all the apartments. Anyway, I stand around for a while. I meet some other people. We kind of talk about it, and finally one of us decides to call the landlord because I'm like, that the smell can't be real. Well, it turns out that the guy on the fifth floor he killed himself. Now, obviously, I'm not entirely sure about the details. I only know that he killed himself, and it took a while for the people to find him. And my dad's a carpenter. He's a mat floor carpenter. He basically puts down the carpets on the floor. That's his job. And he's had to do it in a few apartments where people have died, natural causes or not. And he basically told me that, once you die, your body obviously starts to decompose. And if you're lying on your back or on your chest on the floor, it's all going to pool. This is kind of gross, but it's all going to pool inside your body, and finally it's just going to pour out this kind of gooey, weak, white, really, really fucking gross. And if you live in a house made of concrete, which a lot of people here in Sweden do, this wall right behind me, it's all made of concrete. If you live in a house made of concrete, it's gonna seep into the stone. You'd call it stone, right? And it's gonna stick there, and it's gonna smell like shit. So you basically need to peel off the floor and refill it, obviously, because it's part of the supportive structure. It's horrible. It takes a long time. It's really expensive. So obviously, landlord doesn't like it when people die on you and they don't tell you. Because guess what? This guy been lying there for 2, 3 months. Probably not very pretty. Anyway, you're probably wondering what all this is leading up to, but as I was saying, I was putting things in the attic, and I used the elevator to go up. And I go up to the fifth floor, then you had to go up the staircase, open the door, put things in the attic. So I get to the fifth floor, and I'm just about opening the gate to the staircase, when I hear this whistling sound. Like, okay, I'm not very loud, and I was more or less I was carrying a lot of stuff, so I was paying attention to that. But what happened was that I stopped for a moment. I thought I recognized the tune, but I was like, someone's probably in the shower or whatever. So I just walked out, walked up, walked down again. I did this 3 times. Third time, I actually stopped and listened because the whistling is still going on, obviously, and it's from a door that's really new. It's really new. Like you can tell from the handle, the way it's constructed. My door is shit. It's like basically you could punch right through it. This door is solid, fucking wood. This is a new door, and it's coming from this apartment. And I realized, obviously, well, I realized that this song, it's Frère Jacques, or Brother John. In Sweden, it's called Brother Jacob, Brother Jacob. And I don't know how familiar everyone is with this song. I think it's a very common song. In Sweden, every grade school kid knows this song. Everyone in Sweden knows this song because we sang it in grade school. It's a great way of learning English and different languages because we used to sing it in all kinds of different languages. And if you don't know what it is, I'm just going to very, very quickly hum it to you. Just, I'm not a good singer. I'm just going to hum it to you. And that's how it goes. Brother John, you sleep. And in the final two, we call them stanzas or whatever. They're ding ding dong, and it's about this monk Jacob who's calling to mass or whatever. Anyway, that's what the whistling was. It was that Brother John song, Frère Jacques. My pronunciation is probably horrible. And the thing that made me realize that something weird was going on, or what got my attention, was the fact that he didn't whistle the last stanza. Is that even right? Is that even the word? Like, he wasn't whistling the last part. He was whistling he started over, but he never whistled the last part. And I just figured, whatever. Went up again, came down, still whistling. You could hear it through the we have mail slots in the door. I could hear it through the mail slot. So here I'm thinking, okay, this person, whoever it is, it sounded like a guy, probably a carpenter, fixing the floor, whatever. By the way, I assume this was the place where the guy had died because they had to break down the door and had to replace it. I don't know. I assume this is the case since no one else probably has the key. The landlord doesn't have the key to our apartments. That's actually true. I've had to let other carpenters into my apartment because they don't have the keys. I know it's different in the US, but there you go. I'm Sweden. Anyway, I'm standing outside of the door, and I hear the whistling through the door, and I go, I don't know what I was thinking. I was probably going, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to whistle the last part to him because this is getting on my nerves. Because there's no other sound coming from the place. It's just the whistling. So I open the slot. I'm not looking into it, obviously. That's pretty hard. And I just wait for him to get to the last part. And he has this little pause going on. And I just go, boom! This is really loud fucking boom. And I just, whoa! Go back like, what the fuck was that? I don't know what it was. I have never heard that sound before, luckily, and I've never heard it again. Because right after that, no more whistling. No, nothing. Just this eerie fucking silence. And I go, okay, what the fuck? Did I scare the guy? Like, did he just fall down or something? What the fuck did I do? So I just opened the mail slot, and I just looked inside, and there's nothing. There's nothing. It's a completely empty apartment. And the apartments in this building, in this building, they're pretty tiny. And this was you couldn't see all of it, obviously. If he was hiding in the corner, why ever he would do that. But there was nothing. There was no carpeting tools. There was no paint buckets. It was completely fresh. They'd finished the apartment. It was all fixed. So, what's up with that?